Friday Funnies for June 5th, 2015. Well, sports fans, start your wagering, because this is a very sports-oriented weekend with the finals of the NBA and the Stanley Cup in progress, and tomorrow's Belmont Stakes race, where American Pharoah will attempt to become the first Triple Crown winner since 1978. And this means millennials have never witnessed an event of this stature, and I'm sure they really could care less. Ask a millennial if they know who Mubtahij, Frumento, or Keen Ice are. And they're going to tell you, well, that's a soccer player, a Starbucks drink, and a rapper, when in fact, they're the names of 3 horses in this week's race. Well, I'm going to watch the race just to see how the track announcer pronounces Mubtahij. I'm going to do my best to correctly pronounce all of the goofballs in this week's Friday Funnies. The citizens of Ludwig-Lust, Germany are very vigilant people, very observant, so when they saw what they thought looked like an armed gang, they called the police. The German police stormed the area, discovered 10 to 15 people armed with knives and pointed sticks walking along the side of the road, so they surrounded them. They soon discovered that this notorious gang was a group of asparagus pickers, on their way with their picking tools, walking from one job to the other. There were no arrests, but the pickers were warned by the police that asparagus could make their pee smell funny. Well, this event happened in Orlando, not Miami, but you can't make a good headline with the word Orlando. Either way, we're talking about yet another weird event in Florida. In this case, 48-year-old Craig Berima was spotted standing along a riverbank completely naked. When police came, Berima turned around, bent over, and gave the officer a full moon. When he was arrested, Berima had 2 excuses. Number 1, he was drunk. Number 2, he didn't know he was mooning a police officer. Oddly, neither of those excuses worked, and Berima was charged with indecent exposure and rear-ending a cop. You know, ISIS, we hear a lot about ISIS. They don't just hate us, they hate pigeons. They hate them so much that they have levied a law against the raising of pigeons, and that law is punishable by flogging, imprisonment, and possibly death. They claim that when the birds fly around, the people on the ground can see their genitals, and that is offensive to Islam. Really? You can see a pigeon's genitals. You have the eyesight of a perverted hawk, my friend. Perhaps rather than enforcing the law, you could just not look up when the birds fly overhead. Regardless of how this law enforcement turns out, I think pigeon genitalia would make a great name for a punk Islamic band before they got beheaded. Hey, that's it for another week, my friends. Please, no hate mail or death threats. I'm just kidding. And I'll be back here to see you next week. I hope.